So, first part concerns philosophy of the presence, and the topic is present, absent, modern world. The present world is not something given. The world is something that is created in the process of human existing. We exist not in the world as in something taken for granted. Existing, we constitute the world by the very fact of existing. The modernity insists on the objectivity of the world. But objective world can't be really present, because in order to be present, and Latin "and" here signifies essere, being, to be, because in order to be present, it needs have the being, it has to be, to participate in being essence. But the question of being demands the witness who should be thinking, judging entity. Only intellectual moment defines whether or not the world is present, and judging the present, it automatically constitutes the world as something present. So the world, in order to be, should be present and has to be installed as such. The modern world, the modernity, is more and more reluctant in the effort to make the world present. So it is relaxing society, and here begins postmodernity. The postmodernity is the refuse to try to make the world as something present, refuse to be in the world. Eugen Fink, German philosopher and disciple of Heidegger, has dedicated to the problem of the world very important philosophical phenomenological work. According to him, world cannot be equated with the sum of the worldly things. It is something more than the sum of all worldly things, because it is the whole. The intuition of the whole is the existential effort creating the world as a whole. So only human beings know the world precisely because only human beings created by the fact of being human. Martin Heidegger, in his work Grundbegriffe der Metaphysik, explored the subject, pointing out that this stone, for example, is worldless, weightless, and the animal is poor of the world, destituted of the world, weltarm. So the world is present when the human is human, when man exists authentically. But to be human is difficult. It demands to affront the death and the end. To exist really is to exist in front of the end, on the edge. And that means also to exist creating the event of being. The understanding of being as something limited and ending, surrounded by the death and by nothingness. To be in such way is possible only in the realm of the sacred. If we abandon the sacred, we cannot perceive the being as event. So we are losing the world as something present. So it is precisely the end of the present world is to be understood as the process of ending, not end as something giving, but ending as something lasting. Ending more and more, but never reaching the real and final end, final point. So the end as ending begins when we refuse to exist authentically in the midst of the sacred, surrounded by the death and by apophatic nothingness, intensively and dangerously. The modernity is precisely such a time, such a society. It is based on the objectivation of the being, the commodification of it. It is a last stage, capitalism precisely. So being modern in the sociological sense means being not present. It is famous Heideggerian oblivion of the being, the absence of being, the occultation of being. So the modernity is the phase where we more and more refuse to exist. Refusing to exist, we stop the process of the presencing of the world. Stopping the process of the presencing of the world stops to be present. It begins to be absent, but it holds still. It delays to vanish instead of the fact we are not working anymore in order to make it present. What that means? How can we explain the metaphysics of this delay? The only solution is the virtuality. In the condition of the virtuality, nothing could be really present, but at the same time, nothing is really absent. Why nothing is really absent? Because the absence demands the witness who can testimony that there is not something or other is nothing at all. But in order to be witness, we need to be and to exist. But to exist is the same as to be in the world. To be in the world is the same as to make the world present. Make the world to be present. But there is no case. That is why the world don't end effectively as it should. That is why it proceeds to be as simulacrum. It is natural, very nature of the virtuality. The virtuality is the delay, the lapse of the post-history when there is no more world, but there is not nothing, nor something, nor nothing. The virtuality is precisely this, the never-ending end, eternal ending. The postmodern conditions try to make such situation normal and normative. If the ending never ends, it is not ending at all. So they mock on the eschatology or promote its caricatural versions. So never-ending end laughs at itself, playing with the paradox. So the end of the present world is not beyond it, nor fixed in time. It is the other side of the virtuality, and it produces itself here and now. But nobody sees it because the virtuality doesn't give us the distance to perceive its other side. We are entrapped. The end is here, but it eludes us. It feigns not to be what it is. Our aim is not to save the world. To save the world today signifies to save the ending, to help it to be ending more and more, to support its fake eternity and prolong the illusion. Our aim is not to end the process of ending, because doing this we will help, but to endorse the decadence even more. Our aim is not to begin something new, because in the midst of the ending, anything new will be immediately seized and appropriated by the ending and turned into new virtual destruction. Our aim is to fix the ending as ending and to demonstrate its real nature, the nature of the end. Only thus we can reveal the absence of the present world and disclose the fact that the end is really the end. So we need to expose the ontological nature of the virtuality in what it is not present and is not world. If we try to compare the virtuality with the reality in the sense of the modern philosophy, we are doomed from the beginning. The concept of the reality is simply the first stages of the transition to the virtuality. It's beginning, not the alternative. The reality is the product of the desacralization of the sacred. So it is profane in its core and is the result of the reductionist disenchantment of the world. The reality in its essence is already the virtuality. The reality, being modern concept, is virtual and nihilistic. So we should compare the virtuality not with something real, but with pre-real, pre-modern, that is, with the sacred. The philosophical dilemma is so: virtual against sacred, not virtual against real. Both sacred and virtual are beyond the real, but one from beneath, the other from above. Sorry for so much philosophical term.